Don't let no one else's label be put on you except the label that God puts on you. You dig? Because no one else can label you. See, God calls you now what you are as he knows you from the end. See, you may look toe up now, but he calls you now what he knows you to be from the end. See, he knows you to be a man of valor or a woman of valor. So he calls you now what he knows, the knowledge of God, what he knows. He's predestined you, what he knows that you're going to be. He calls you that now because he knows from the end to the beginning. You dig? He knows that's what you shall be. So he calls you that now. Don't let no one call you anything else except what God calls you now. So many times we get labeled, right? We get labeled by our family, our friends. We get labeled by the world. We get labeled by, our significant others. We get labeled by a whole lot of standards and, circumstances that most of the time they don't fit who we are at our core, right? It's just labels that other people put on us. And many times it's not fair. Many times they don't fit. And unfortunately, because we don't know who we are and whose we are, we accept these labels onto us, right? And we, a lot of times, unknowingly, when we accept those things, then those things become a part of us because we repeat it. And when we repeat it, then that which we repeat becomes our reality, right? As you say, so have you, right? You shall have as you say, right? Words are life. Out of the mouth, that the words that we speak in faith, we shall have what we say. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? So many times labels that we accept that aren't justified and they aren't who we really are. Stupid, broke, deadbeat, uneducated, not good enough, don't qualify, haven't earned, the right requirements. There's so many different labels that people put on us, from our sexuality to, our color, when there's no such thing as black. I hope you guys get that. There's melanated, there's brown, there's no such thing as black, right? But all these labels that people put on us, right? We live those things out because we never rejected them, rebuked them. We never, disclaimed them, because like I said, when we repeat those things that are hurled on us, we claim those things. So we never disclaim those things. You dig? And so it's time out for accepting labels being put on us. Who does God say you are? But before you answer that, please like this video. Share this video with everyone you know, all your friends and your family. You dig? Anyone that you know needs to hear a positive, encouraging, messaging, word, motivating word. Direct them right here to Levon Says. And if you're watching this video for the first time or you're a returner, please subscribe to the channel. You dig? It'll help the algorithm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, and you can help me do it, right? Hit that bell notification so you always know whenever I upload content. Now let's get into this message. But I really think that's the problem. We don't know who we are. Now, let me say this as a disclaimer. All labels aren't bad, but many labels don't fit. We all want the good labels. We all want the prestigious labels. We all want the stuff that's recognized and appreciated and lifted up and, celebrated. Yeah, we like those labels. But what about the other labels? You know what I'm saying? What about the labels that you put on others when you prejudge them? But We don't like to be prejudged. What about the labels we put on others by the way they look? But we don't like that. What about the labels that we put on others by the way they dress? We don't appreciate when that's done to us, right? By the way they speak. Not that they speak ignorantly or they don't pronounce all the syllables. They can speak very intelligently. High thinking, high vibration type of wavelength comes from their thoughts flowing through their mouths, and they will still be labeled for that because they sound to this. They sound to that. Most people don't talk that way. They don't pronounce every syllable, and they don't, you know what I'm saying? It's always something when it comes to labels. So we're going to see what God calls us, right? And what God calls us from the end to the now, because God knows from the end to the beginning, right? God doesn't call us what we are when we toe up, right? How when we first came into him, we was toe up. And if you haven't come into him, please come into him, right? He's the best thing that you will ever have. But he's the reason, right? We were toe up. He doesn't call and say, oh, you toe up. No, he doesn't call and say, oh, you're fearful. You're unfaithful. You backslider. you mongerer. You whoremongerer. You drunkard. You thief. You murderer. You slander. No, he doesn't say that. He calls us a mighty man of valor because he sees from the end to the now. You did? Okay, y'all, the scripture is coming from Judges chapter 6 and the 12th verse. And what it says is, it says, the angel of the Lord appeared unto him, right? Appeared unto Gideon and said unto him. So one, Gideon saw him, and then the angel spoke to him. It said, the Lord is with thee. That's the first thing he said. He said, the Lord is with thee. And then he addressed him as who he was in God's eyesight. The Lord is with thee, thy mighty man of valor. Not only did he solidify that God was backing him, God had his back. You know what I'm saying? God is with thee. Don't worry about it. Walk in faith. Be obedient to the calling, to the assignment. And know that God is with you. Don't trip on the world. Don't trip on the roadblocks. Don't trip on how they try to stop you and say you can't do this. And they judge you because of this and they label you because of that. The Lord is with you. Who? Thou mighty, not thou weak, not thou stupid, not thou, dumb, not thou ghetto, not thou looking all, crazy. None of those labels. Thou mighty, might, powerful, strong, courageous. You dig? Unstoppable, unmovable, a force. Mighty. Man of valor. Yeah, man of valor. Y'all know what that means? Valor means to have great courage in the face of danger. That means you don't get scared when the rubber meets the road and the fire is hottest. You ain't scared to go into the kitchen. You dig? You ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? You have great courage. You have more courage than the average brother or sister. Your courage is not average. Your courage is not just blasé. It's okay. It'll do. You know what I'm saying? It's good. It's up there. No, it's great. Great courage. Not just in the good times, not just when it's easy and when you can relax and when you can kick it and when things is flowing and the milk and honey is decent, you know what I'm saying? And the fruit is luscious. No, we ain't talking about it in the good times. We talking about it in the face of opposition. We talking about it in the face of danger. We talking about when it's most hottest. You ain't scared, but you are mighty. You're courageous in the face of danger. That's what valor means, y'all. If you're scared, you need to go to church. Y'all heard that saying? You know what I'm saying? If you're scared, you need to go to church because this ain't the place for you. You know what I'm saying? Go into the church where the folks is praying because out here on the battlefield, it's time to get busy. So if you're scared, this ain't the place, right? And this is what my man had to come to understand. You know what I'm saying? Even with the people that he brought that came out, it was thousands that came out. God told him, said, no, you still got too many. He said, everybody that really don't want to, you really, this ain't your get down, this ain't your cup of tea, it's cool. And thousands broke. Because they were scared. They went on back to church. You know what I'm saying? And then the rest that came with him, he said, you need to know who your real rough riders are. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, they down and they willing to put their lives on the line, but who your real rough riders are, you know what I'm saying? Because we can't have no uppity, dignified. You need some rough riders with you. And so everybody that drunk the water like they was dignified and, you know what I'm saying, they scooped up with their hands and put it, okay, yeah, y'all going home. Yeah, you ain't the rough riders we need. You know what I'm saying? You ain't those mighty men of valor. Those ones that ain't gonna get scared in the face of danger. No, you ain't them. We needed the cats that's gonna get down and lick the water up like a dog. Them rough riders. That's who we need. If you ain't a rough rider, if you're scared, go to church. But we need some rough riders out here. You dig? Some real Holy Ghost filled rough riders. Some prayers. Some fasters. Some that's going to speak the truth in love, but they ain't backing down. Some rough riders. That's what he had because he himself was a mighty man of valor. You dig? Is that you? Don't let no one else's label be put on you except the label that God puts on you. You dig? Because no one else can label you. See, God calls you now what you are as he knows you from the end. See, you may look toe up now, but he calls you now what he knows you to be from the end. See, he knows you to be a man of valor or a woman of valor. So he calls you now what he knows, the knowledge of God, what he knows. He's predestined you, what he knows that you're going to be. He calls you that now because he knows from the end to the beginning. You dig? He knows that's what you shall be. So he calls you that now. Don't let no one call you anything else except what God calls you now. Yo, I just wanted to come on real quick, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know I was very, passionate about this because I know what it feels like to be labeled. You dig? And, but when you know who you are and whose you are, it don't matter what people label you. You know what I'm saying? You be who God created you be, and you love who God created you to be. Be that to the fullest. You dig? Be that in him. Don't let nobody put a label on you except for what God has called you. You mighty man or woman of valor. Be blessed on today, man. Thank you for joining me today and watching this video. This is your Thankful Thursday, you feel me? And please remember to hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification so you can always be notified whenever I upload content. And please like and share this video. Your man, Levon. Remember, Lamella E. Love, uplift, motivate, inspire, learn, laugh, encourage, and enlighten. Go to lamellae.com. Check out the merch. Get your hoodies like this. You know what I'm saying? Love you for the support. 1,000 subscribers. Let's go, baby. Your man, Levon. I'm out.